back to Southern Iowa. We're going to be trying to knock down a little bit of hay here, headed into the 4th of July. Hopefully I can get it up before the 4th of July. But the neighbor's running the Kubota for the first time. We've got about 15 acres of second cut in alfalfa. I'm not done with first cut hay. But I'm hoping that this is thin enough that that we can get it put up in time. We've got other things scheduled. We're going to do some spraying. I about got stuck in Hagie the other day. We're going to visit with the boys from Syngenta about the Better Yield, Better Deal trial, which is the Storen and Halex GT that we've been applied, and it won't be very long until we go after some Miravis Neo here soon, because we've got corn that's going to be tasseling on the 4th. Let's mow down 15 acres of alfalfa here. Let her chuggle. This 4440 is actually what I used to plant all the soybeans with, and the 1224 box planter that my dad sold this spring. So I've got a lot of hours in this tractor right here. It always seems to take me a second to get re-used to this Hydro Swing mower and the way that it folds and bops around. It's like the duals make the ride very, let's just say, not exactly smooth, but you're more stable, I guess, with mowing. Yeah, this hay year has been kind of crazy. How's hay been in your area? For us, which we'll talk about when we talk with the Syngenta guys, we had a really dry spring, and now we seem to have a wetter summer right now, which is very kind of rare for our area. But we'll take what Mother Nature gives us, I guess. We don't really have any other choice. But basically, in a big quick hour, we got that 15 acres mowed. All that has to do is dry so we can bale. But I'm gonna run to the sprayer. We're gonna go get some sprayers loaded. But why don't you guys head out and check out Better Yield, Better Deal trial, and I'll see you at the sprayer. We are out here with the Syngenta boys, Carter and Zach. You guys will keep seeing these guys throughout the year here. We are in the Better Yield, Better Deal trial. One of the two fields. We've got one here and then one on the other side. So the Better Yield, Better Deal trial is using Syngenta's premium products. So in this field, we use Storen as a pre-emergence with 1 pound of Atrazine. One thing about this was we did not catch barely enough rain to get it activated. So we had a very hard time getting some rains to activate our pre's. And actually, there's a video of me having to take a field cultivator out there to take some fields that the pre just did not work. Our generic program basically failed. So Storen was the pre. Then I came back here, basically, if today is the 11th, I sprayed it on May 31st. 12 days since we were sprayed here. The second pass was Halex GT. And then that also then had another ½ pound of Atrazine with it to mix it together. And what I can say is I am impressed by how clean our field looks here. So after the Storen was down, we did have some grasses escaping, but that is literally because the Storen had a matter of like 2/10 to maybe 3/10 of rain its entire time, and there was about exactly 30 days in between the pre-pass and then the post-pass on the corn. So we were seeing some escapes a little bit on grasses. But this was a clover field last year that had beans put into it and then terminated, so the grass pressure was a little bit higher on here. After that, Zach, you guys want to show basically nothing, you know?
Yeah,
like here today we are going to show you dirt.
yeah, there's really not a whole lot here, but you know, part of the Better Yield, Better Deal program is to show people the Syngenta products and chemistry and kind of follow that program all the way through, because we believe in our products, especially on the herbicide front. Obviously performance and weed control, but crop safety is a huge thing about just Syngenta chemistry in general, right? And then obviously having Miravis Neo, we believe that's the best fungicide in the industry, having a Depidin on there. So kind of puts our money where our mouth is, and you know, challenges farmers to spark their curiosity a bit between, you know, what they've been running, whether it's a manufacturing competitive program or a generic competitive program, and see what we have. And honestly, really happy with this. We just came back with Halex GT with, you know, with the grasses we had, wasn't really a concern. We clean all that up with Halex GT, and now, like I said, at May 31st, it's been out here 11 days, and I mean, we're already starting to see some shadowing and stuff, and we should get to canopy and really look clean as far as weed control. One thing I just call out on that is, you know, we're just kind of seeing more of using a heavier pre first. There's still a lot of places that is using, you know, just a generic or acetochlor, you know, not really a premium pre, and then we'll get them later, or they'll come up and we'll get them. And you know, we're really trying to promote proactiveness and spraying dirt, because the best time to kill a weed is before it ever comes out of the ground, right? Because it's not taking any yield away, right? And so we're really promoting super strong pre and coming back 21, 28 days later with that post pass and cleaning it up, and people are starting to get that message. But
I got that message this year, loud and clear. Now we're the next pass, and the last pass on this is Miravis Neo. Let's talk about that. So timing wise, where are we going to want to hit our Miravis Neo at?
We're on the VT R1 staging on corn.
When you get VT, that's when all the pollen's falling off the silks, right? And that's when we're going to get not only the most like disease benefits and control, but we're also going to see, you know, more of that plant health benefit, because that's the most stressful time in that corn plant's life, right? Is pollinating that corn crop. And so if we can maximize its energy and stuff during that period, that's when we're going to have the biggest plant health benefits to it.
What are some of the diseases that we're going to be wanting to try and control this year?
Obviously the main concern in Iowa right now in corn is tar spot, and when's that coming in, right? There's actually a report I think yesterday out of Kansas already, and last year we had it pretty bad down here in spots. So obviously tar spot is the big concern. There's also a lot more fusarium diseases, ear rot diseases, but then obviously northern corn leaf blight, rust, all those diseases. And that's the great thing about Miravis Neo. I think some people get really tunnel focused on tar spot and just get really like tar spot, tar spot, tar spot. And it's good because, you know, we can lose a lot of yield, right? But it's also like there's more diseases that come other than just tar spot. And obviously with Miravis Neo, we are seeing plant health benefits too, even in the absence of disease.
Back to the timing on that too, with disease control also, I mean, it's tough to really know when a disease is going to come. But the biggest thing is just having something out there, because you can't react to seeing a disease and then going in and getting it controlled.
People will go, oh, well, I see the disease now I can go cure it. I think that that's a myth, because you can't cure it. There's no like curative fungicide.
It's antibiotic to a plant.
No, you can't. You're either going to prevent it or you're going to have it, and then whatever you have and the damage is there is going to stay there. You might be able to stop other stuff from like growing and spreading, but once you start to have the disease, it's there. That's the better yield, better deal. We'll be putting the Miravis Neo onto this very soon, and then after we, you know, kind of get to probably pretty close to you know, maturity, we'll come out here, we'll look at some plant health, see how well the Miravis Neo has done for us.
Appreciate having us.
Yeah. I got a bit of a river going on here. I forgot to turn off the water in the tank. Whoops. Well, we're in the beans. They're really pretty dang clean and pretty much canopied here too. Little rain delays kind of got them a little further along than when I would typically be spraying them. But very happy with steering wise. Right there are the 2 tracks from the last pass, and I've recalled it using the steering, which if you guys remember, I upgraded the steering, but it just said my hydraulic oil level is low. That's not ideal. Gonna have to check hydraulic oil, I guess. The steering that I upgraded is doing a pretty decent job. It'd be nice if it engaged quicker, but it is what it is. I'll take it, the slow engagement over no steering. So it'll be nice to be able to come back with the fungicide pass throwing some Miravis Neo onto these soybeans here later this season, in probably a big month or so would be my guess. Better not. I definitely got a leak. I don't think it's that bad. I'm pretty sure actually I tightened it. I'm just pretty sure it's that guy right there is just a little bit loose. But when some hydraulic oil shows up, we'll be in good shape. We'll be able to finish this field out and quit for the night. On bad news, what I thought was just a loose fitting, I think there's probably an O-ring in there that's gone bad. And it's leaking in that hydraulic oil, and it's leaking. It's very expensive. So tighten it up the best I could, tuck tail for the shop. See you guys in the morning when we tear it apart. Alright, time to see if we can get covered in hydraulic oil first thing in the morning. Why are we leaking? We don't have an O-ring. There we go. You guys probably have a horrible view, I'm sorry. Let me fix it if I can. Man, I'd like to just be able to turn that. Got it. About dropped it. O-ring, I did have an O-ring, but it was just a little bit thicker, so I decided to go to Deere. Well, I had to go anyways to get more of the right hydraulic oil for this rig. So I just got a better O-ring. My hope is that there's gunk there too. I'm gonna clean that. Is that maybe this O-ring just got kind of out of whack. Okay, now I'm going to fire up a power washer and power wash that and then put oil in it and see if we got a leak. Okay, you guys are my eyes to see if I got that leak stopped or not. I think that housing's cracked. Yeah. That's gonna be really expensive. We're broke. Well, since I'm broke down, waiting to hear on what the price on that part is, and I think I found one on the internet, but trying to figure out what a new one is versus a secondary market one, and then go from there on trying to get that fixed. But this alfalfa was still very pliable, so in hopes of getting it put up quickly, We're out here slinging it around, just making a mess out of everything. Basically, that's exactly what cutting is, just to make a mess of it. So, just spreading it out, flipping it up around a little bit. I think tedding, and let me know what your opinion is, but like tedding, it's not something that I like to do, but it seems like I've done a lot of this year. Usually, there'll be years that I don't ted anything, because the weather windows are good, but trying to get this hay put up, I think tedding speeds the hay drying up about a half a day. So, and right now, those half a days can be kind of precious. But we're tedded. Andrew's gonna come get it, and he's gonna ted his stuff that he's got done. Between the two of us, there's probably like 30-35 acres of hay on the ground. We'll get it done. We're back at the Hagie here. Got a pump coming first thing tomorrow morning. Should be here at 8, so I'm gonna get this one torn off. I don't know what it looks like I gotta do to get these stairs off. That way I got really good access to it. But that's what we're gonna go for. Get these torn off, get the stairs first. Start out with those right there.
Oh yay, no audio. Look, a gear pump. A gear pump has come out. And I'm looking at it and setting it down and plugging the big hole with a paper towel. Looking at the gear pump. Touching it with my finger to show where the crack is.
They say we got a cold winter ahead. Maybe find some time to read that Bible on the nightstand. Fix the house up and fix my truck. Hit the road heavy and pray for better luck. It's a beautiful life in this little town. I got all the ones I love.
Well, we made it back to the field. We're leakless, luckily, right now anyway. Just jacked up my toolbox though. Left it open. I think I left it open going down the road. This is going to be a nice thing when I was talking about that, putting that TerraStar X sub-inch subscription in here, halfway down the field, and still can pull up my GPS lines. But at least I feel very confident about where I quit with the sprayer pass last at to get going. So, alright, we'll get you guys some drone footage now.
They say wisdom comes with age, and I do believe that's true. Well, it's hard to listen when you know it all. Gotta learn the hard way to see a different point of view. It's a beautiful life in this little town. I got all the ones I love counting on me now. And when they lay me down one day, I hope the Lord's proud of me. Well, I hope I lived out the will of my Father. I hope to live in the presence of thee. It's a beautiful life in this little town. I got all the ones I love counting on me now. Yeah, it's a beautiful life in this little town. I got all the ones I love counting on me now. They say we got a cold winter ahead. Maybe find some time to read that Bible on the nightstand.
I'm trying to figure out where these random corn plants have come from. Like that guy. There's another one up here. There hasn't been corn in this field in a few years. So where the heck did the corn come from? And I don't think it would have came from the planter, because the planter hadn't planted any corn yet that year. So it's like, where'd the corn come from? It's probably not okay anymore. Well, we've probably just taken care of it, but wouldn't have expected to have any volunteer corn here. Andrew must got done baling. There he's started. Andrew actually tagged in and got my hay baled for me. 16 bales. Dad raked it. 16 bales. They're still sitting out there. But I got some footage from Andrew. You guys haven't seen Andrew in a while. So as I go get my last load sprayed for the night to head into the 4th of July weekend, go hang out with Andrew. I'll see you back here shortly.
Hey, it's a great hay day in the southern IA. And yes, it's your friendly farmer Andrew back with you today. Been a hot minute. Still around, just been doing different stuff. So as I suggested, it's a hay day. I had you guys along yesterday when I was baling this field, but the GoPro wouldn't work. Couldn't get it on, so you missed out on me baling hay. This is like roughly 30 acres over here in this field, and it's flat and it's square and it's relatively smooth. We were moving yesterday. Our baler monitor tells you how many bales a minute you were doing, or bales an hour, I should say. And I averaged about 44 bales an hour. We're in good thick hay. The hay did almost 4 bales an acre. We were moving. It was fun. Everything worked good. But today I'm picking them up. I'm driving the truck and inline trailer. Left the tractor over there in the field. I'll show you that when I go back to load. Hauling them up to the front of the field, dumping them, and then restacking them. It's kind of a slow process, but I'm by myself, and this is what I got to use, so I'm using it. Dumping them off like that. Coming over here where this waste space, can't farm this, can't hay it. So we're stacking hay in here. Plugging away. If you can see between my dirty windshields, there's still about 50 bales out there to pick up. At this rate, it's going to take me all day, but we're getting her done. Well, we got her. Oh, ding dong, quit it. Forks, dang it. Moved 112 bales, got them stacked off the field. Took way longer than it felt like it should have, but It's 7 o'clock, 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. We're gonna go home. We'll see you in the next one.
Well, we got a little 6 a.m. 4th of July hay bale picking up action. He gets up early too. I was like, I think we need the skid steer to put up the bounce house for the kids. Want to go help me pick up some hay real quick? Grab the skid steer? Yeah. So, I think that's where we'll end this video. Thanks for hanging out with us. Information about Syngenta and more better yield, better deal trials. Stats to come. So, holy smokes, it's right in the eyeballs this morning. See you guys later. I don't have a hat on, so can't flip it.